Okay, so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be learning how to center your piece of clay on the wheel. It's really important to center your clay on the wheel, or else the rest of the process is never going to work. So you need a couple of things to get started. You need a bowl of water, a sponge, a rubber rib for a little bit later, that's for forming, a wood tool with a point, that's also for the forming process, and then a toggle wire. You're also going to need your clay to get started. It should be adequately wedged. And the first thing you're going to do to get centered is you're going to be looking at your wheel head, and you're going to be looking at all the circles on the wheel head, and you're going to hit your clay down onto the center of your wheel head the best that you can. I like to hit it around the base of it just to make sure it's nice and stuck. And try to get it as rounded as possible. It's just going to make your life easier when you start to throw. Okay. Next thing you're going to do, make sure that your wheel's on, and you should be going in the counterclockwise rotation of your wheel. When you're looking at your wheel head, you want to think about it like a clock. There's 12 o'clock, and there's 6 o'clock. So think about it, 12, obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The major locations you're going to need to know, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock are going to be the most important. In order to get started, you need to first get your elbows in tight. Your elbows cannot be away from your body. You throw from your core, you don't throw with your hands or with your muscles. You shouldn't have to be super strong in order to be able to throw. You should be able to control your body in order to be able to throw. So when you're sitting up close to the wheel, if your elbows are tucked into your body and sucked into your inner thigh or into your gut, that is what's going to be able to control your piece of clay. When I first get started, my left elbow is going to be sucked into my body. The heel of my hand is going to be right in front of my belly button, and I'm going to be pushing this clay towards 12 o'clock, straight forward. My other hand, also sucked into my body, is going to be holding on to my thumb and then pressing the clay down, straight down onto the clay. You should have even pressure with your left and your right hand. So you're going to be pressing down and pressing towards 12 o'clock at exactly the same time. That is the force you're going to be given. Now, you want to reduce the friction of your clay by adding water. So you need to continue to add water to your clay throughout the entire process. So my clay is wet. I'm ready to get started. I'm going to grab my thumb, and I'm going to press down a bit more first. The reason is that's going to make sure that my clay is going to be stuck to my wheel head and it's not going to go flying off. So here we go. It's going to be very uncomfortable at first. It's going to wobble a lot. Getting a little smoother now. Now what I'm doing is I'm digging my left elbow into my thigh. I'm actually leaning my body weight into the clay to force my clay to the 12 o'clock position while I'm pressing down equally at the same time. The clay should go smooth in your hands and you shouldn't feel a wobble. Once you think you're on center, you're going to gently and carefully pick your hands up off the clay. You don't want to jump your hands up quickly. You just want to gradually ease your pressure and lift the hands up towards your face. If you let your hands go too quickly, your whole piece is going to be thrown off center. Now, you need to check to see if your piece is on center, and this is where most beginners start to have a problem. They're like, I think I'm on center, I don't know if I'm on center, I can't tell. This is how you tell. Take your pointer finger. Your pointer finger is going to run from the top of your clay all the way down to the bottom. If your finger wobbles at all, back and forth like this, in any way, even if it's the littlest tiny movement, you are not on center. It should be perfectly still and stay perfectly even. So when I place my finger here at the bottom, I can feel a little wobble because I can see my finger moving back and forth. I start to become centered up through this area, but down towards the bottom, I still need to do a little bit of work. So I'm going to go back to my centering position. I'm going to press forward and press down, equal pressure. And then I'm going to gently pick my hands up off the clay. So when I double check, my finger is not moving, and now I'm centered and ready to begin the rest of my throwing process.